Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot him in the head.
So, welcome to this episode, which is actually a very quick one. We're gonna run you guys through the new Toyota Yaris GR with the circuit pack and the difference between the circuit pack and the convenience pack, which is actually, first off, to begin with, it's the rims. We have these 10 spokes. This is actually the quickest way to know that it's a circuit pack or a track pack. As the 10 spoke rims from BBS. And this car actually comes homologated with Pilot Sport 4 for the summer and also the Alpine 5 for the winter, which is a fantastic tire. And I recommend you guys that if you're gonna buy this car, continue to buy the Michelin tire because it was developed together with this car for its driving capabilities. So please do that. This paint you actually have to pay around 800 euros for extra, which is isn't that bad, but I wouldn't choose it. Would you? I mean, comment down below what color would you choose this one with. I would go for the white one. So let's take a look at the back here. It's not that big, but I can manage to fit my things inside of it. But I don't fit inside of it because normally I do a test where I jump inside the car to show you how big it is, but it's actually not necessary now. The difference between the convenience pack and the circuit pack, it's a very big thing, which is the brakes. It's 2 torsion LSD diffs on the car, and it's also the chassis, which gives you a more sensible driving when you're driving on the racetrack, and you can sense things much more. I also do love the fact, I have to mention this, look at how wide they are. And I mean, there's been a lot of journalists test driving this car and thinking to themselves, it's a fantastic car, but is it that fantastic? I've been driving it for a week and I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret, but before that I'm gonna run you guys through this carbon fiber roof. It looks like fake carbon, but it's not actually, it's real carbon fiber. Let's jump inside the car and I'm gonna tell you what I think about the interior, and also we're going to talk about things that I don't like about this car. 1 2 1 2. First off, to begin with, we get inside here, and it's not a lot of things that it's worth mentioning, except for that these seats are made for the circuit pack, so they're specially developed for this one. And also, we don't have a lot of safety features, and we don't have as many speakers, because we want to keep the weight down. Don't get that much luxury, which you don't need, because this is a driver's car. You're going to drive it to the racetrack, drive it on the racetrack, and back home again. It's not a daily driver. I wouldn't go with a daily driver, because I've been using this car as a daily over a week now, and I don't like it, and I'm gonna tell you why. But before I do that, I'm gonna turn on the car. The 3-cylinder 1.6, that's all that's going on, that's all the show we get. It's actually a 1.6 3-cylinder, 261 horsepower, and also about 350 newton meters of torque. It is enough. Car doesn't need much more power. But I promised you guys that I was gonna let you know what I don't like about the interior as well, which is this screen. First of all, it's very high placed, so I barely see out between the mirror and the screen here, which I think they could have put down here instead of having this. I don't know why they did that. I don't think it looks good, and it's actually something that I don't like. I just don't like it. I do love the fact that if I'm gonna turn off the anti-spin and ESP, whatever, I just push it once. I don't have to hold it in and do a lot of magical things. I just press it and it works. I don't know what IMT is. IMT should be something with intelligent manual transmission, because what's happening when you press that button, it's gonna rev match for you. I don't like that because I'm a heel and toe kind of guy, and I love to run that myself. And it's very convenient in this car because the pedals are actually very, very good. You see that? They're very well placed, and I like how that feels. I like the position of the pedals. I like the position of how I sit. I can see out, except for this part. I hate that. Anyways, there's a lot of plastic inside this car, but then on the other hand, it's a Toyota. It's not a premium luxury car, but it is actually premium feeling when you drive the car. Very rare to say that, but anyways, get inside, let's start up, and I'm gonna take you for a ride. So, this car is really fun on the snow. Unfortunately, the snow is melting these days, and we're heading through spring, and I'm just gonna turn everything off, turn it into track mode, and then we're gonna go. Did you see that? It's actually, yeah, as you can see, the snow has been melting, so we can't enjoy it the way I want to. But I drove it the day I picked it up. It was a snowstorm in Sweden, and I enjoyed the car a lot. Now let's take you for some corners. And I mean, there's a lot of journalists out there that have been telling you that this car is fantastic, and yes, they are right, because it's actually really fantastic to drive. I love the way that this car feels. I love the fact that Toyota actually built it. Just imagine if this was a front-wheel drive car, then you would say, oh, I just wish that it was four-wheel drive. Now it is. It is four-wheel drive, and it's not any four-wheel drive, because with two LSD torsion diffs distributing the power to the right wheel at the right moment gives you like a VRC rally sensation when driving it, and I love that fact. I cannot tell you enough how much I love driving this car. But now, as I promised, I'm gonna let you in on a secret of why I wouldn't buy this car. The biggest reason that I wouldn't buy this car is actually because it's not that nice to drive on an everyday basis. Like, if I were to buy this car, I would need another car or a third car as well, because this car is just go out, have fun for a few hours, get back. That's all. I wouldn't drive it as a daily driver, because it sounds too much inside the car because of the noise, the isolation, and the aerodynamics of the car. It sounds too much. It just does. I've been like commuting with this car a lot, and I think that it sounds too much inside the car. And it's not the exhaust, it's not the engine, it's actually the noise is coming from the wind. Above 100 kilometers an hour, it sounds too much inside the car, and I just don't like that. I can't take it, because to drive it as an everyday daily driver inside the city, yeah, it works. It's easy to park, you can see out, everything is fine, but the price is about 45 to 50,000 euro depending on where you live. But it's a lot of money for such a small car. If you try to fit your friends inside this car, I wouldn't recommend to go inside on this side, because if you do that, then you have to do a whole lot of things to get them in. I could be negative and run you through all the things that I don't like, but these are the things that is worth mentioning. Is it quick when accelerating? Let's test it. Yes, it is. It's very quick, actually. And that 3-cylinder, you might think that, oh, it's a too small of engine. But, you know, this car has been around for 2 years or 3 years now. And I've wanted to test this car for a long time now, but I haven't had the opportunity until now. But meanwhile, I was thinking to myself, a 3-cylinder 1.6, that must be too small for a 4x4 car. And well, it's not. It actually is enough. I love it. I've turned the car into expert track mode, which is mode that you don't have any ESP on at all. You can drift as much as you want to. Guys, if you like this, please consider subscribing to our channel and give us a thumbs up, and we will test the next car. And until next time, thank you very much. Ciao.